Oh man, no swearing's allowed for like the first 30 seconds of the video. So here's an update. I gotta do I'm gonna do Samurai Jack video games next week. I know Ben 10 video games won the vote, but then I realized, oh no, I gotta buy a hyperscan maybe and other versions of the Ben 10 game because there's multiple versions. I don't know what to do, but I think this was enough time. So I guess we can start the podcast.
We're always in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers. Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers. Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run and hide.
Hey, it's the Rebel Taxi Pizza Party podcast on Twitch.com.
It's twitch.tv.
I survived Hurricane Hannah. Who are you people?
Sorry, it's just Cheick is gonna be my favorite just because he has this like monotone deadpan voice.
Oh.
So good, chef kiss. I'm Izzy, by the way.
And who are our guests? Well, I guess first alphabetical Cheick or
Hello, I'm Cheick.
Yeah. What do you do? Who are you?
I make crusty animation content on YouTube. Sometimes I do pixel art, and I have a big mouth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just like the TV show. Are you a big fan of the show also? Yes.
Is that like a
No.
big
All
mouth?
of my friends are, and they make
OC?
fun of me.
Oh man. I love those appealing designs. Gotta love them. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
some of my friends are here.
Yeah. And who's our second guest? Xavier.
Hi, I'm Xavier. People know me on YouTube as GodzillaMendoza. I do reviews of mostly comic book centric stuff like cartoons and games, and occasionally cosplay tutorials, and I even make comics sometimes.
Nice.
Yeah. Woo-woo. Okay, for like, I want you both to answer at the exact same time, but for somebody who hasn't watched either of your videos, which videos would you all recommend them watching?
Representation.
Well, I think the Arkham Knight
matters,
review that I
here's
did would be a really good
and
one to
then I
start
also
with,
have
just
a
because
video
I was
made
really
about
proud of how I
Dope, which
edited
is
that
nice,
one, and I think that the
I
overall
like my
script was really
Spider-Man
strong.
video.
I had a bit of a cold
And
when I recorded
that's
it,
pretty
though,
much
but
it. I'm not a
overall I
fan
think
of
it
my
turned
own
out
stuff.
okay,
It's
as long as you
just
just kind of
kind of
look
air.
past the nasally voice in a few parts. So yeah, that one.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't say. You don't say.
I'm really happy with how that turned out.
It's so good.
Look, I didn't consider having two guests on, so we didn't think this far, but okay, one at a time. Cheick. How do you
Cheick.
pronounce your name? Cheick.
Cheick. It's like Shrek without the R.
Cheick, please.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay. What video would you recommend them watching?
Oh god damn it. I'm
I liked your Hazbin Hotel
Too late.
video you recently did.
Yeah.
This is not recent, it was last November.
Was
Oh,
it?
man.
I well, it popped up in my feed now.
Oh
you
yeah,
took a
because
break.
of things going on. But
Relevant
one of the
again.
videos I would recommend is Representation Matters, and here's why. And the other one would be my video analysis on Dope and Identity.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all don't understand why Dope's a great movie. Yeah. Izzy, you're white. You don't get it.
Oh, thanks. man.
I'm white passing Latino. I partially get it, you know.
I only originally watched it because I saw you recommend it in one of your videos.
See, it is a great movie starring Shameik Moore, his best film since Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Both of those are my favorite
Actually,
films.
I did watch that a couple weeks ago with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
I think actually one of them started watching it because didn't you recommend it in a video at one point, Pan?
Yes, see? Lots of people love
Yeah, there you go.
that movie. See? Gotta keep name dropping it. And Xavier, what's a video you would recommend people watching of yours?
Either the review I just did like last month of Avengers United They Stand, that goofy 90s cartoon. I think that was a good video, or my 2-part review of Batman Arkham Knight. Those are just some of where I think my best jokes and best writing are from, and did a lot of I think pretty good analysis in both of those. So yeah.
I think about that damn Avengers cartoon that came out in the late 90s, the one you reviewed. It just looks They didn't have any of the characters people are familiar with, except I guess Hawkeye, and all the colors are just super garish and just so much gradients. It is just such an unappealing cartoon.
Yeah, it just screams like we were just barely figuring out like digital animation and wanted to kind of work some of that in, I guess, because like everything has this weird airbrush effect on it or a gradient, and it just
Yeah.
like it reminds me of like late 90s like PC games where just like the all of the text will have a gradient on it and everything will be like
Yeah.
really poppy
Yeah.
weird colors that don't match.
It's like going on Neopet's website in 2001.
Oh, I just Googled it. No.
Yeah, you looking at Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Avengers United They Stand?
United They Stand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
United They Stand.
I'm looking at the 3 Avengers cartoons that like combined next to get like they're by each other, and the first one I think is what you're talking about, and it's just like
Yeah.
what? What?
It is just like filled with like AstroTurf green and red. It's just disgusting.
I love the dude with the giant
Sky is always
W.
orange. Oh
I
yeah, that's Wonder Man.
Wonder
I mean,
Man.
In all
Blunderman.
fairness, that's his like comic costume, but it wasn't really great there either, and it doesn't look any better in the show now that he's
Ooh.
like in this weird 4-tone shading style.
Ugh.
Who's the fuzzy woman? The one with the like
Uh,
fuzzy arms.
Isn't that Tigra?
Tigra.
I was gonna call
Yeah.
it Catra as like a tongue-in-cheek joke.
Close enough.
Yeah, it works.
You were very close.
Aren't these like the West Coast Avengers?
Wasn't it?
I for a second I thought you said the worst Coast Avengers, and I was about to just say yes.
That sums it up.
Hey, well, okay. Most of these characters are in the Avengers now, except for Catra
Now, don't get too
and
excited.
Wonder
'cause,
Boy.
like, there's some promo art where they have like Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor in there, but they're not really in the show all that much.
No, I'm looking at one where it has like Falcon, Vision, Scarlet Witch,
Boy.
and Wasp.
Yay!
These
No,
are
the
like the
main team.
B-listers.
All the
Captain America
A-listers.
and Iron Man are in one episode each, and then Thor doesn't make any appearance at all. I don't think they even refer to him by name, but he's still in the opening credits of the show and on the poster. They
Is he
were just
just
like,
like
let's throw Thor in there.
Did they just have some stormy weather and say, "Oh, look, a lightning bolt. That's Thor out there working."
It's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. all over again.
Basically, yeah.
I love this one old Robot Chicken sketch where they're making fun of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And it's like Phil Coulson looking out a window going, "Ooh, look, Iron Man's passing by." And then another character goes, "Can I see?" And he goes, "You'll just have to take my word for it."
Oh,
That's hilarious.
that's all TV budgets have to offer. That's all we can do. We're sorry.
We
don't
got
that.
Samuel L. Jackson for a total of 2 minutes in that first season, and then never again.
Oh man. Yeah.
Speaking of shows like Agents of Shield, I really hope for when they bring in the X-Men into the cinematic universe, I really want like a TV series to build up the people. Like each episode's a origin story for each of the mutants, and then you can just do a team up for the movie.
That maybe.
That would be kind of cool. Actually, that reminds me, is today I saw an article that says the creator of the 90s X-Men cartoon has been apparently like in talks with Disney to try and get it revived. I mean, I don't know if that's going to go anywhere, but
Yeah.
it's just worth mentioning, I suppose.
Because
Since they-
it seems like, is there any Marvel cartoons going on at all?
There's
No.
the Marvel's Spider-Man on Disney, and that has
even
a
still
budget of
running?
$5, and it's unfortunately still running. They're doing some kind of big Venom story arc right now. It's called Maximum Venom. They're 6 episodes in, and Venom has yet to actually appear.
Oh,
Good.
nice.
Isn't?
Yeah.
Aren't they also doing
And
like?
I don't know
one
about any
with-
others.
I feel
Hey,
like they're doing one with
Cheick
Miss
was
Marvel
talking.
and Squirrel Girl.
What'd you say?
What's that?
They're
You're a little
do-
low,
I-
Shaq.
Oh, I think they're doing a Marvel cartoon with Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel and Spider Gwen, but I forgot what
Oh,
it's
yeah.
called.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
one where-
that's Marvel Rising.
yeah. Didn't
That's
people
the
like
one.
hate that because it was agenda pushing, quote unquote?
Yes.
Yeah,
Honestly,
there was a
when it
little
comes
bit
to-
of that, unfortunately. But
There's always that
I-
when it comes to comic characters.
It really is.
I think a little bit of also the dislike of it comes from the fact that it has the same art style and kind of cheap animation from the Spider-Man cartoon that's going right now, where like
Yeah.
there's
They don't know what.
no shading. The backgrounds are like 3D models, and it's kind of unappealing to look at.
I don't
Like-
mind no shading. That's not a problem.
I think this is what happened. I think somebody saw Avengers United They Stand and thought, "Oh my god, this shading effect is terrible. You're all banned from using any shading techniques. Get the fuck out of it."
No lighting at all.
Never.
If I see anyone put like a shadow anywhere, you're fired. You're canned,
Disgusting.
McGillicuddy.
By
You're
the way,
all banned.
you mentioned Spider-Man, so we're obligated to talk about how great Spectacular Spider-Man was. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Of course.
Never seen a single episode.
What the
it's so
heck?
good, Cheick. You need to watch it. Please do that for me.
I have to
Man,
watch
it
a
always-
lot of things.
Always ends up going back to Spider-Man. Okay, because I got my start on YouTube by reviewing all of the Spider-Man games, so that's like kind of what people know me for. And I try to like branch out and do other stuff, but everyone's always asking me about doing more Spider-Man videos, and I'm like,
Oh man.
I want to talk about Ninja Turtles sometimes.
To do it, but you ever played the PSP Spider-Man 2 game?
He segued into
haven't,
Ninja
actually.
Turtles so well. We could have talked about the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles finale.
Look, let me show you a picture
Which
of
I just saw today, actually.
Here,
I
let me
haven't
show
seen
you
it.
a photo of Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2, the PSP game. Hang on. Check this out.
Wow.
I'll make this the podcast like
Please
icon.
do.
God, it just reminds
God.
me of
Now,
Can I get paid in
PSP Dragon
advance?
Ball Evolution Goku.
good. Yeah, true.
The guy from Shameless.
Is it possible to show this picture on the stream?
Oh yeah. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, I want everyone to see the
full
terrible
glory.
Toby.
Yeah, I just
Awful.
gotta download it.
Cheick, are you into
I thought the
comics?
model in like the Spider-Man 3 game
Call me
was bad,
Cheick?
but like that doesn't even look like him.
Sorry.
Cheick.
Cheick, sorry.
Check.
Check. Sorry. Damn. Okay. Check. Are you into comics?
Yeah, I am. It's just that it's very difficult to like access them because like the only like comic shop near me is like all the way in London, and I have to like take a train and stuff, and it's just not really good. But I have been reading a lot of comics recently.
What have you been
Purely
reading?
Marvel though.
Yeah.
I've been reading Immortal Hulk. I've been reading all the Spider-Mans because there's a lot of those. A couple of Avengers. I'm mainly just trying to like, because like there are comics that I'm like super interested in, but also comics always have these like ongoing events and stuff. So I kind of read them all to understand
yeah.
what's going on everywhere.
Honestly, I didn't expect you to
Yeah.
actually. I didn't expect both of you to be into comics at all. I didn't know that.
I've recently
yeah.
gotten into comics.
Damn it!
I,
What the
I've
heck?
been reading the Mark Waid Daredevil run. It's really good. It's like a little bit more lighthearted and more fun, and it has really great art. I'm like 20 issues into that. Yeah, actually, I've read every Spider-Man comic, like all the mainline ones. It took me 2
Ooh.
years. I had like a big list, and I didn't necessarily buy every single issue. I bought the ones that I liked, which was still like a couple dozen of them. But I was just like, I want to know the story of everything, so I looked them up and went through the entire list. So I have this dumb superpower. If you show me a cover of an issue of Spider-Man, I can tell you what happens in it.
nice. That's cool.
God. Damn. You could probably tell me like an episode of The Simpsons, like a title episode, like the title of the episode, and I can tell you exactly what happened in that episode.
I could do
kind
that
of
with
have to-
Community.
What happens in Bart Gets an F?
You know, he gets an F, and then he like kisses. The
Bro, that's
teacher,
amazing.
Kisses the teacher for some reason. It was a different time. Don't worry about it.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
But first, this podcast is supported by Patreon donators of $100. Our first donator is Covey, who wants to promote Blood Thing, their animated web cartoon. It's about a blob of blood trying to make friends in a world full of assholes. It's crazy resourceful with the limited animation assets they got at their disposal. Watch Blood Thing. Links below. Now back to the show.
We now return to the Transformers.
I do have a really big problem with comics, though. Is the fact that they have like these like mainline characters, like you have Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, and because they want to keep those headlines, every time those characters die, you always know they're gonna come back somehow, and it kind of makes it hard to have like dynamic characters as opposed to static.
See, when I say I'm into comics, I'm not into like big ones that are ongoing stories. I really like self-contained one-offs.
Yeah.
So I can enjoy that suspense. Like I mostly just read like independent comics that are made by like queer women. That's kind of my genre of stuff I like to read. Like I was reading the Prince and the Dressmaker. I highly recommend that book for anyone that's into like I don't know, independent comics. Super good.
What's that about?
It's about a prince that hires a dressmaker so that the
Damn.
prince can dress like a woman, and like he gets to explore himself, and it's good. It's a good gender fluid story.
Cyber 6 was a good show. I agree.
That is a good show.
It sounds like a nice egg comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually read something because I was playing a bunch of PSP games, and I was rediscovering Death Jr. It was like this mascot that was popular for a brief second, and
I've been
nobody
wanting
cared
to read
anymore.
that.
I've been
Wow.
tweeting about that.
You can read?
Shut up. But anyway, the first game's pretty crummy, but the comics are actually very morbid and cutesy. So yeah, you should all read that. Death Jr. the comics. There's only 3 issues.
Oh, sweet. Short. I can get into that.
All right.
Yeah. Apparently, the writer went on to write Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Wow.
Didn't everybody hate that?
It's okay.
mean, I thought it was fine. I think it's the only movie in the past like 10 years where I was bored enough that I actually did get up and go to the bathroom at the ending. I was just like, I know they're all gonna die, whatever.
Damn, what's one that you actually walked out of? Just like, you know what? I don't want any of this.
I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie. I think I try to stay long enough to at least justify the exorbitant ticket price. You know, it's like I paid out the nose to get in here. I might as well.
You have not watched Norbit.
Well, I'm just very careful about what I go to see because like I know I would probably not watch like a Norbit all the way through.
I think the producer or director of Norbit is now rebooting Ren and Stimpy.
Oh. Do we have to talk about Ren and Stimpy now?
It's coming back, boy!
Let's just say,
Yay.
fuck John K.
Yeah, John K.
I have a cat named Stimpy.
Awesome. And now that
I've had that cat since I was like, no, he's cool. I've had him since I was like 5 years old. That cat's older than some of my friends.
Dang.
Give him a good pat.
I'm actually worried he's gonna make noise and embarrass me. He's like walking around the room, and I'm expecting him to just like walk up to the microphone and just yell.
Honestly,
minute
same. I have
see
2
him
cats
circling.
and a dog here.
So, to clarify the news, Ren and Stimpy is coming back. John K. is not involved, nor does he profit off any of
Yay.
it.
Good.
Like, it's kind of weird because like the press release says, don't worry, he's not part of this reboot, nor is he getting paid for it. And it's like they do that with every reboot, you know. I don't think
It's not special.
Craig McCracken's getting paid for the Powerpuff Girls reboot. I don't believe. Like, there's a lot of TV shows, a lot of post 2000 TV shows where the creator gets no royalties, like Billy and Mandy. It depends on the
But
contract.
this time it's a selling point.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it's just like clarification for people who don't really know much about like animation and TV and stuff.
Yeah. But it does bring up a really good conversation that we need to have about how, like, because a lot of times the creators of these shows don't own the characters. You know, like they sell them to the network, and the network can do whatever they want. Like we saw with Gravity Falls, Alex Hirsch had no involvement in the most recent release of the graphic series. I guess I think it's like a book.
Yeah.
And like he felt betrayed because he found out through Twitter with everyone else.
Ow.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's pretty common. It's like really sad because it's not like people are going back and like getting like producer credits or anything. It's just we own this, we can milk it, and we'll move on. But in this day and age, I think creators are more part of a show than anything. Like it's part of the like fabric. And I don't know if I don't think a Gravity Falls reboot without Alex Hirsch would be popular. I think people would be betrayed.
Yeah, I think I recall that one now deleted Jonan Vasquez tweet where he saw like the video game Nicktoons Baseball. Like it had realistic baseball players with Nicktoons like Zim and Gaz, and he said seeing that game on the shelf is like walking past your child selling themselves as a prostitute. Just look away. Or so he said something along those lines.
It reminds me of that I Made This comic. You know the one?
I mean, oh yeah, that thing. That
No,
meme.
I made this.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
It took me a moment.
Yeah. Ren and Stimpy's back. But yeah.
Adult Party Cartoon 2!
It'd be nice if like the creator of the show gets some fucking royalties for every time it airs on TV or something.
No.
Not in
I
this
think they would
case.
start like putting that in their contracts when they like sell a show concept. Is that like, hey, I want X percentage of merchandising rights forever, or like I want these royalties if you ever do a sequel series.
Hire
think
a
that-
lawyer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's legitimately really hard to do.
You just gotta also at least hire a lawyer to read over your contract. You know, maybe something could happen. I don't know.
I mean, maybe they do actually try to get those kind of clauses put in their contracts, but like the network is just like, well, then we'll just not pick it up. Then like it's either
because you know it's a negotiation.
give
I'm
us
sure
the-
there's like
yeah.
I think there's like a part of it where you know, if you start demanding too much stuff, might kill the project because they might deem you as not like easy to work with.
Not a team player.
Yeah, like you know, if you're going to be a problem, they're not going to want to involve you. You know.
So give us the ability to screw you over in the long run, or just don't get your idea put on TV.
One thing
It's kind of dark.
I mean, I feel like they should like give them a royalty, some sort of royalties. Because think about it, if you have the incentive for something to be of good enough quality to keep running over and over on TV or streaming services, like wouldn't you want to earn those royalties? And wouldn't that be good incentive to make a better product?
Well, and then maybe something else to think about is maybe it would go over well if some of these creators like ask for that thing, but maybe they just like. Maybe they're just kind of like young and excited and naive, and they're just like, hey, someone's picking up this project I'm passionate about, and you know, I can make a lot of money on this, and they don't think that far ahead, so they don't really consider that kind of thing. Because I don't think little you know, Greg McCracken was thinking, you know, they're going to reboot this and do another series in 20 years. I think he was just like, you know, I'm happy to get any season of this show at all.
Right. But also keep in mind that like showrunners' abilities and power within a show and within fandoms is significantly more like powerful now than it has ever been thanks to social media. I mean, as kids, we didn't know who Greg McCracken was. Obviously, most of us ended up like in high school later on revisiting old shows and looking up creators and following them on MySpace or whatever. But like now, like I said, you can't have a TV show without the creator, without it like feeling like a betrayal or something. So I think showrunners are more powerful than they ever been. And we're seeing it. Like Owl House has like a main character that's queer, and like since like because Alex Hirsch went on a rant about it on Twitter, talking about how like he was forbidden by Disney to do any queer characters in Gravity Falls, and now the main character is literally bi, you know, in Owl House, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because all right, I forget. Everyone was freaking out yesterday about that. But I haven't watched Owl House. I did catch up to Infinity Train. Finally, that's a great show, and season 3's coming along.
I have caught up to neither of those.
Dope.
I'm caught up on all of it because I like it all.
I like things. I just don't watch things because depression.
Oh.
Oh, it's become kind of a weekly tradition for me to watch Outhouse, DuckTales, and Amphibia on like Saturdays, either Saturday nights or Sunday mornings. I just like download all the episodes because I don't have TV and then watch them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
watch them on TV like a normal person. That's that supports the show.
I will support them when I have ability to. Like
Ooh.
if Disney Plus put those TV shows as they aired onto their site, like they fucking should, I would.
Yeah.
But like, okay, let's talk. I really want to talk about Ninja Turtles: The Rise of, because like, what streaming service is it on? Because I have no clue.
Nothing.
It's
So-
I bought all the episodes on Amazon Prime. That's it. I looked everywhere.
And it's like, I think if it was on streaming, it would be doing better. You know,
It would. I'm doing a whole video about Rise and like what I like about it and what's special about it, and also why I think it's kind of getting the shaft. And hopefully that video, if it does well, will spark some interest in getting people to ask for it to come back in some way. Because I think if they start putting it on Netflix, 'cause Nickelodeon specifically said they wanted to start doing more content for Netflix to kind of compete with Disney Plus, and
Yeah.
like putting Avatar up there was like their first like sign of goodwill, like, hey, we're gonna start playing ball again, because Avatar The Last Airbender hasn't been on Netflix for like 6 years or something.
Mhm.
And like I feel like that would be a perfect place to put Rise of the TMNT. Like that's
it would be great. Like,
Yeah.
because like I love Rise of the Ninja Turtles.
Rise of the TMNT, it basically got screwed over because it's another one of those situations where executives greenlit the show, and then over time those executives left, and now the new executives are like, we don't want this, and that screwed me over too. So it's just like, god damn it, just play it at a reasonable time so we
Well,
can
yeah,
enjoy
'cause,
the thing.
looked it up, and the majority of the episodes aired at like 9 a.m. on a Saturday, and it's like your target audience is not awake at that time.
Right.
Just
I
make the
guarantee
show.
it.
What even is Saturday morning cartoons? We got whole TV channels and streaming service. We don't need that.
I'm not even
I-
awake on Saturday mornings.
Before even streaming stuff was a thing, I was never that awake that early on a Saturday. Like that's the one day you're allowed to sleep in.
I did for Fox Kids. I had to. Digimon was my bread and boner.
Yeah. Whoa.
I like to throw that out randomly just to see if people like notice or were paying attention.
Damn. Yeah.
What
like
my
so-
Saturday mornings were filled with this like block on CITV over here called Toonatic, and I'd just get up like at 7 a.m. just to watch it. It was like there was these two presenters, and they would like throughout like 2 hours they would play cartoons and such. Like they had Ben 10 and a bunch of random stuff, and then in between those they would have like these like challenge skits. It would be like, ooh, boys versus girls, and it would be like the presenters and some random kids like doing things against each other.
yeah, so a game show sort of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And then they quit it, and I was
mean,
sad.
was it like at 7 a.m.? Is that when you all woke up, or when was your like? You ever just like, okay, normally I would wake up at 7 a.m., but you guys ever just wake up a little too early and you just see a bunch of shows that are like, what is this? This is, I
Mhm.
don't care for this at all.
Yeah, it's happened
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Yeah.
I randomly started watching a news channel once.
Oh man, that's even worse. Like I remember like waking up and watching the Stargate cartoon series. Like that was on like that was right after Fox Kids died and they became the Fox Box. And they had all these other shows, but like Stargate, the cartoon series, was just a thing that existed that nobody liked.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, Stargate. What was it? Stargate cartoon. What was it called? Infinity. Yeah, that existed.
Over here, there
know
weren't
what, that
really many
reminds me.
options.
Hey, Cheick was talking. I'm sorry. I just don't want to make Shaq's a little quiet, and I want to make sure it gets heard.
Yeah, I know. I stopped. Don't worry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's over here. We didn't have many like animation things that would go on like after hours. Usually, it was just kind of like, just like crust content that would happen at like after midnight. Like all like these really awkward, edgy shows. Like one about a dog who's actually just a guy in a costume. One that's like puppet garden animals that have sex a lot.
What?
It was on BBC Three and it was called Mongrels.
I'm so excited I could pop. Think of the Christmases, the cubs opening their little parcels, caroling, snuggles by the fire. Oh, we'll bake a gingerbread house.
You are such a faggot. I got a bit peckish, so I ate them.
You ate your own babies?
Well, you know how it is, Nelson. It's late. You can't be asked to go to the all-night garage. You ain't got nothing in the fridge. And...
Vince, you've got Muller rice.
What the fuck? I gotta look this up. Mongrels?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
weird. It just had a lot of weird shows. I used to watch like BBC Three late at night.
I was talking to my British friend Holly about like Darkwing Duck, and she's like, "I don't know what this is. We had Count Docula or something instead." And like,
know.
I was like, "It was on ABC." And she's like, "Well, we didn't have that." I'm like, "Of course you didn't have the American Broadcast Channel."
Yeah, but you guys have the BBC, so
Yeah, we got that later though.
You're in Europe. Are you familiar with Burnt the Bread?
What?
Burnt
no.
the Bread. Okay. So while I was in like over in Europe, I switched over to like some random Russian channel, and at night they had this like puppet of a bread. Like I forget what his name was, Burnt the Bread or something.
I'm not gonna be seeing Russian channels. I'm in the UK.
I don't know. Like I was on a European trip, and somehow I got a Russian channel, and like this one like puppet show about this burnt square of bread. He looks just so grumpy and evil, but essentially like they would play the show after hours at like 8 p.m. when kids are asleep, and they would play that one episode over and over and over all night, and they did that all week. Each week was a different episode that they would repeat over and over. German. Oh, it's a German show apparently, I guess.
But it was on a Russian channel?
Well, no, I guess it was a German channel. I don't know what I was watching. I gotta look up that damn bread show.
Honestly, though, when I went to Spain, I ended up not having a lot to do, so I just mainly sat around watching cartoons, and it gave me like a real appreciation for cartoons a bit more than I already had. Like I actually had sat down and gave like Uncle Grandpa and Clarence a chance, and those end up being really fun.
Yeah, Clarence was underappreciated. I have a photo of the bread guy. Here
What
he
the
is.
hell is that?
That's
What? Why?
That's Burnt das Brunt.
It looks like a cinder block.
It looks like he's wearing a strap on.
No,
Yeah, he looks like he's in some BDSM gear.
It's his
Right?
fanny pack. He's exploring. He's having
Right.
fun. He
He's
goes
exploring his sexuality.
No. No.
Oh
This is what the Germans watch. It's, this explains
Them
everything.
Germans and their BDSM characters.
Yeah, they're kinky bread.
Mm.
I'm putting on screen,
So-
folks.
My favorite Broadway
By the
show,
way-
Kinky Bread.
Earlier you were talking about that Stargate show, and that
Yeah.
reminded me of another just like completely random cartoon that I like couldn't believe existed. Like, okay, you ever heard of that like kind of sci-fi comedy Ghostbusters-ish kind of rip-off movie from the 90s? It was called Evolution.
Yeah.
Apparently
that
that had an
movie.
animated series. Apparently that had an animated series.
Oh,
That
I
lasted for,
remember.
I didn't know that existed, and I just found it the other day and was like, what is
Look.
this? They have like a alien goo monster sidekick that's like Slimer from Ghostbusters. They have like superpower suits and like everything's way more cartoony and silly, and
Yeah,
everyone's
there's no-
teenagers now.
I love
There's no
it.
Sean William Scott for some reason.
That studio that I think did it also did the Men in Black cartoon, Godzilla, and Extreme Ghostbusters. They have this and Jumanji, but that looks terrible and doesn't fit the rest of them.
Well, it's
But they all.
Klasky Shupo.
Oh, was it? I thought they also participated in it.
No.
Because the Men in Black cartoon was great from what I remember.
Yeah, well, they all look like they're in the same cinematic universe because they use the same kind of art style and weird color. Oh, Big Guy and Rusty. That was also part of that list.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I love it. I think they're not Acclaim. I gotta look it up now.
Do they? I mean, I'm assuming that studio's no longer around. Like,
I think they still do stuff because I had a conversation about Extreme Ghostbusters recently and looked it up.
Damn.
Which, by the way, Extreme Ghostbusters, fantastic show on Hulu right now.
Fucking extreme.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking nuts, Ghostbusters. Yeah.
It's
yeah. That's
extreme.
We got some other news if you want to talk about that.
Sure.
It Hazbin Hotel has been picked up by.
It has been greenlit.
Yeah. What was the studio? A23.
Totally not the second time. A24, I think.
A24. Yeah,
Not supposed to tell them.
From the studio behind the Lighthouse and Midsommar, it comes Hazbin Hotel, the TV series. Yes.
Oh, side note, I was right. Jumanji, Adelaide. They also worked on Jumanji.
Oh,
they also worked on Dilbert.
Oh boy.
Dragon Tales. I'm just gonna link you guys.
Dragon Fails, more like it.
Why do you have to be so mean?
I didn't watch Dragon Tales.
Did you have cable? Were you rich?
Well, look, I had PBS, but I watched the Boomafoo, Clifford, Arthur.
Good show.
Everything else was like, I don't want to watch Dragon Tales. What else they had on there? Those other shows that nobody likes.
Cyberforce or Cyberspace.
Cyberforce. No,
Cyberspace was so good. It had a
Cyber
Chase.
That's still going on apparently. I think Cyber Chase is still running.
Is it really? I love that we segue from Hazbin Hotel to PBS cartoons.
We'll get back to Hazbin, but final episode. Okay, Cyber Chase ran from 2002 through May 2020. Apparently.
What? No.
Wow.
126.
Where the hell is that airing?
PBS.
What?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
It's got Gilbert Gottfried doing Another Bird, and it's great.
I don't know if they ended the series or it's still going on, but yeah.
The COVID is
Gilbert Gottfried of Angry Video Game Nerd fame.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love his work. Yes, I love Aflac Insurance.
I think he stopped doing the voice for that after
he said some terrible things on too soon joke on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember. This is dumb. In middle school, I was. That's when that happened for me, and they made us read an article about that and write a little paper on it. We did this assignment in 6th grade, where we would just read articles and then I don't know, do answer a couple of questions about them. How was this article informative? And it was just for one of my English classes, and I remember. There was specifically one we did where he wrote something about the tsunami in Japan, and some jokes that were too soon, and they were looking for a new voice.
Were you thinking God damn it, Gilbert, now I gotta write an essay. Fuck you.
It was just 2 paragraphs, but when you're in 6th grade, that's a lot. So yeah, probably.
Damn. Yeah. Terrible. Thanks a lot, Gilbert. Well, at least Cyber Chase, assuming it's still active, will live on and he'll still get his paychecks. Yes.
I kind of want to watch it after this, see what the most recent episodes look like. I'm sure it's crappy Flash animation now.
Maybe, yeah. That's what happened to Arthur. They're still going.
I don't think Arthur looks that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks fine.
It's alright.
You could tell that it's, it's not, Korean animation or whatever they did, but it's not bad. It's just you've had something and it's kind of like eating vegetarian food.
Yeah.
It's good substitutes, but you kind of miss the original.
I don't want to eat that crap. I want to eat the real stuff. I eat steak. I eat steak medium rare. Good stuff.
Rich
I never
person with that YouTube money.
I go to like Texas Roadhouse sometimes. That's only for Texans.
Yeah, we have that here in
Damn it.
Indiana.
I thought it was just exclusive to us. I was a fool. Otherwise, I would have just called it Roadhouse. Damn.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kentucky Fried Chicken should just be called Fried Chicken.
Damn. I was a fool.
Holy but Jesus!
What?
There's a bunch of ants on my floor.
Oh,
Oh.
God. I've been there. Yeah.
And there's a spider attached to my microphone.
Look, I had a bunch of bugs in my shower after the flood for some reason. I don't know how they got in, but they got in, and I just sprayed them, and they're all just corpses on the roof, on the ceiling. I don't know how to get them down.
Don't touch my feet.
Oh God.
So, Hazbin Hotel, we should actually talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gonna get Pitbull to voice Alistair, and they're gonna.
I'm
play-
not hip. I haven't watched it.
CW Hazbin Hotel.
They got a promo. They're gonna have a promo on repeat that says "We at the Hazbin Hotel Holiday Inn," and then this. I don't know. Look, I want
feel
that
like
to happen.
You've made that joke way too
I
many
make
times
that
already.
joke because I just want somebody to just make a remix that just says that, and it's gonna be a TV promo that they'll play forever, indefinitely.
It's like you're manifesting it into the ether.
Think it really hard, and it'll happen.
You're willing it into existence.
Yeah. I called up Vivzie, like saying, "Hey, do this," and then she stops accepting my calls. Yeah.
So Hazbin is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like upset about the like aggressively like it seems like there's a small minority of people that just like regardless of whatever Vivzie does, they're just pissed at her from like past mistakes that she's already owned up to and like made apologies and like I know that my say in this doesn't really matter, but like we had a personal conversation about the stuff last time she was on the podcast and like she's not any of the things that people are claiming, but that's sensationalism, got to cling to that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
because you made a video defending Vivzie, right?
Yeah, I was basically just went through everything and kind of dissected it.
Yeah. But like one thing that bugs me is like people, I don't know, people say this animated short is terrible. Like I understand the criticisms, but like, and I would like even Vivzie would agree like the pacing is a little very off and it's a little too busy in the first thing. But like the later shorts like Helava and the music video, like it shows that this indie studio is really like learning with each short. I mean, you could like. I don't know. I'll probably make a video talking about whenever I talk about this, but essentially, you can watch a bunch of analysis or read about how to do animation. But the only way to do it, the only way to learn, is to actually do it and make the mistakes out there. Sorry, make the mistakes and just like learn from that. It's like I don't know. It's just, the point is they're improving, and it's like the only way to improve is actually do it.
It's just like the old story of the internet. Everyone wants to be a contrarian.
Just do it. Go in raw. It's better to go in raw.
Stop saying that.
Oh my god! Yeah. Every time.
No.
Just bite the pillow and go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Just do it. Just stick it in.
That's jeez.
Pulling out doesn't work.
Stick it in and accidentally yell someone else's name. Yeah.
It's as dry as that German bread.
Whoop whoop.
Bread. Plus, also. Vivzie's was like really cool about criticism. Like she's pretty like chill and admits and like is willing to grow from it. Like I don't know, she's really chill and I think it's really cool because it could be really easy for someone to like get kind of a big head when your show is doing so well. Like I mean, she had people cosplaying her characters before the show even came out.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I've seen like people like 3 times people wearing just t-shirts or hoodies of the thing before it even came out. It's like wild. Damn.
Also, I really love the criticism that all the characters are like morally bad, and I'm like, they're in hell.
Yeah.
like they died,
even
did bad things when living, and ended up they're not going to be morally good characters, and the whole plot line is about redemption.
Yeah. It's like people.
Was there a bunch of like Twitter threads going, "These characters are problematic"? A thread.
Yes.
Yeah.
But one thing One thing that I hate was crap. Oh, when people say Hazbin Hotel is nothing but like dick and fart jokes, or no, dick and inappropriate jokes, and it's like, I mean, that's some of that, but it's
No,
clear
it
that
isn't.
this is a foundation for like a pilot, and the characters are going to change over time. It's not just crude humor. There is a storyline.
Like a lot of the criticisms was this character seems like that phrase kept like being repeated as like this is why this show's bad, and it's like it's one episode in, they've barely planted any of the seeds that they're planning on building with, and I don't know that there's a difference between like bad characters existing in a story and like them being presented as good. Like it's not like a Rick and Morty situation where Rick is always perceived as like right in the scenario and never gets his like comeuppance. Like he's for the most part usually portrayed as like the right winner, versus here it's presented as they're in hell.
There's just a lot of
they already lost.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like surface level looking at things. It's just like stereotype, harmful, problematic. And it's just kind of like if you paid attention to the thing, you'd kind of see that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's understandable how people reach that conclusion, but that's not the case. Like people are calling they're saying like Vivzie is meant to be like a stereotype of Latinas and lesbians when Vivzie is both Latina and she's bi as well.
Like, well, Vivzie is supposed to be her. Like, it's self-insert almost.
Yeah.
Like it's just she's essentially what she writes the character. She does what she would do in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I think this brings a bigger conversation about like how representation is a problem. Like this isn't so much the Hazbin Hotel's bad because their representation are bad characters. It's more the fact that there's so little representation of people of color and queer characters that every version, like every queer character representation we get has to be perfect and good and can't have flaws. Otherwise it looks bad on the community because there's so little characters. I want us to have more characters so we can have bad flawed characters again.
Yeah, it's kind of a kind of situation where like you want to just have these characters, but just because of how things are at the moment, it's difficult to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Like we wouldn't be like pushing for representation so much if people actually did it, and we wouldn't have to worry about all these like accidentally falling into stereotypes or tropes and such.
Right. I mean, like Walter White is a terrible human. White character, but there's also like millions of white characters, so like it doesn't seem like he represents that particular demographic poorly.
And plus there's also always just been a history of like really just bad representation of like minority groups and such in the past, like when it comes to like the same kind of stereotypes being done all over again and people just making cheap jokes out of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just kind of bleh. And then there was token characters.
What's up?
There's also like a whole thing where I saw someone point out that like a lot more villains tend to be queer coded, and that
that's intentional,
and that just seems a little gross too. Is that just like they're always they always kind of try to draw a correlation between being gay and being like a villain, and like I think maybe part of the reaction is like people kind of jumping to the conclusion that it's more cases of that just because the characters are a little bit more morally gray. But there is a distinction. There's there's shades, 50 of them even.
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But you're right. Like specifically, like Disney villains always end up being really queer coded. And that I've said that before in the podcast. I've had people kind of be like, "Oh, so and so, like Jafar can't be queer coded because he's based off of a specific culture or something." But it's like I don't know. I can't help but see these characters as queer. What's beauty about it is that they made them really interesting in this modern age. Like everyone loves Disney villains, so it kind of did the opposite of what they were intending to do.
Take that, assholes.
No. No,
Oh,
you can't do
it's
that.
dead air. Welcome to live podcast. Yeah, well, you do that.
I was replying to a message from my friend who's a fan of Pan, who's like sent me the tweet of the podcast, going, "Holy shit, dude, this is so cool!" And I was just going, "I know."
Yeah,
Because
my friends have been the same.
I've been watching you. I was I think in middle school actually, and like you've actually been a really big inspiration for like the style of content that I do. Like I've tried to learn a lot from like your editing skills to improve mine, because all of your stuff always looks so professional.
Yeah, thanks.
So, but yeah, being here is really cool, because I guess you could say you're kind of a hero of mine, and
Yeah,
I didn't want to be weird about it.
Watching your stuff was like the main reason. Was part of the reason I got like back into animation, and also part of the reason why I wanted to start making videos about animation.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool beats.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, same. You inspired me to be like the best YouTuber I can possibly be, so I quit.
Yeah.
I remember your video on Clone High. Like a lot of people at my high school, for some reason, just really loved that video in particular. So everyone was talking about Clone High for a couple of weeks, and one of my friends got so obsessed with it that he bought the DVD of it, and then bought me one. And he's the one who's messaging me right now, and is like all excited. So thank you for having me here.
Damn, somewhere out there was a high school just talking about Clone High in like 2016 or so. Damn.
Doing God's work, Pan.
Yeah. Now it's coming back.
It's so good. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I would say that you helped a decent chunk of people get into that show and really start appreciating it again. Like,
hopefully, I gotta talk about.
You never know the kind of impact you have, but it's probably bigger than you know.
Oh, Mission Hill's so good. Fun fact about Mission Hill, because I have to bring everything into queer. It's the first on-scene gay kiss between two men.
Yeah.
On the television.
Ever?
I'm pretty sure it was let me double check myself here, but I remember fondly that I think it was the first time two men kissed on TV in general, if not cartoon.
Wow.
Oh dang.
Yeah, Mission Hill, Clerks.
I feel like there would have been a Simpsons episode where like Homer kissed someone.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, maybe there's
like
maybe
genuine.
They're like Bugs Bunny kissing Elmer Fudd or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if that a consensual kiss, like romantic kiss, like
a genuine
I said
moment.
specifically gay kiss.
Yeah.
I don't count.
Like
yeah.
Like it's not just two men kissing, but specifically them kissing because they are in a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because a lot of the time it'd just be like played off as a joke.
It was so sincere for Mission Hill. Like, it's beautiful. The last episode about the theater.
I don't remember that episode.
The theater.
I just remember catching reruns of it as a kid, but I never really.
I think the finale for Mission Hill, I might be wrong on this one, was the one where you find out that Tom Kennedy voiced gay guy Wally, I think, was a director, and he was basically just Ed Wood, and he like ruined his career by falling in love with this like handyman on set, cast like throughout his main characters, like big audience throughout the budget, and just like wanted to film him, and then they got married. It's cute.
Oh
yeah.
I can't wait for Thomas Jefferson to be added to Clone High.
Oh yeah, and what's his name? The short kid, Gary Coleman.
What you talking about?
Is Gary Coleman
you
a
think
historical
will
figure?
Still be in the show?
I don't know.
I'm sure they will, because he's a funny character. They'll work a way. I'm sure they'll work a way around it. You know.
Izzy, haven't you seen the Thomas Jefferson Hatsune Miku binder?
Oh God, I'm familiar. That's a thing. Explain.
Hamilton does things to people.
Yeah, I don't get it.
What are we talking about?
There's apparently. Go ahead. You explain it.
Oh, me. So Hamilton got very popular, and then people got like very into just like, you know how Tumblr like gets really interested in like characters and stuff in like fictional media, except they did that except with like actual historic figures. So like if you look in the recording chat, you'll see stuff like this.
Oh right, the I met God, she's black meme thing. Yeah, yeah.
It looks
I
like
remember.
Danny from Ninja Sex Party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it
There's
on
one
the
that looks like
screen.
Aaron as well.
Oh no, this is a self-insert. Well, not a self-insert. An other self-insert. God damn it, you motherfuckers! This is some Game Grumps stealth fan art. You motherfucker! What are you doing?
Yeah, it's something. It's a thing. That's all I gotta say about it.
It exists.
Yeah, it does. I've seen
There's so many
I've seen like
interesting
people,
things on the internet.
well, I've seen people like draw this in different art styles, like just randomly, just like I think there might be an actual Twitter dedicated to just drawing him in whatever popular art style there is.
Hmm.
In the Fairly Odd Parent style.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, I want Butch to just friggin' just draw Hazbin Hotel. Like I know he's just too pure and Christian to do it. You know.
I don't know if I agree with that. I
But,
think
but like, will he sell out and just say this is popular?
He'll-
I guess I'll do it and pretend I like it.
See, I
I
realize that Butch will do just about like any other franchise for attention, because I remember he made a video drawing Danganronpa characters, and you can tell that he doesn't care at all. He doesn't really know anything about it. He just draws his own characters.
Oh,
Mhm.
Like he just doesn't care.
he drew Danganronpa. Hang on, did he draw Fukawa?
Criminals, bad guys. This particular criminal, very, very bad. Bad person. This criminal is responsible for some cut neckties and a newspaper that wasn't delivered on time. But I'm going to catch this criminal because I am Butch Hartman, the ultimate criminal.
He didn't draw any of the characters. He just drew his own characters as ultimates.
Fuck.
Oh,
like
That
the
don't count.
cosplay character version where like, hey look, I drew Fairly Odd Parent style. It's just Timmy Turner, but in cosplay.
No.
I hate those.
Yeah, pay Kuro, Butch.
Yeah. There's gonna be a great video that's gonna come along soon. Bernie wrote along with crap. What was his name? I just met him a few days ago. That creepy reading. That.
Oh, they're making a video on Butch.
Yeah, that creepy reading. Yeah, then that creepy reading and Butch. And Bernie discovered some wild stuff to talk about Butch. It's gonna
Butch
be
is working on the video as well.
Yeah, they're doing the video, and it's gonna be cray. It's like, whoa, nice, epic. You'll see.
Yeah, me, Ellis, Mark, and Scorch were also thinking of doing like a documentary about Butch.
Oh man, you might want to hold off until this vid's out because
And we're just finding so many
I'm like
like
curious to see what
different,
this is gonna be.
so many different like Butch heart scams across the internet.
Yeah, Butch.
He's got, like,
gone
Wasn't
mad.
one of the bigger ones recently that like someone saw that he like charged like $200 for a commission and like the majority of it was traced. And it
Oh,
was,
he
like,
always
really-
does that. Yeah, that one's traced.
Aw.
Yeah.
My
so-
favorite.
Charges $200 for trace.
My favorite is the one where he drew Amber, but like it looks nothing like the actual art style. Like it's that like weird loose. I don't even know if he looked at anything when he drew it. Like, but like for $200, like because when I assume most people are buying these thinking, oh, Butch Hartman created this thing. It's going to look like the show. It's gonna be awesome. And then you get like this digital iPad drawing that like he probably took like an hour to draw at most.
Probably less, but
Yeah,
like,
I'm being generous.
He didn't do the character. He didn't do the character designs for Danny Phantom. So
Steven
it's
Silver.
yeah.
Yeah. So it would probably look kind of different and weird. It's like him copying someone copying him.
Yeah. Flavor of a flavor.
My favorite thing,
Yeah.
if you go on Butch Hartman's Twitter, like the last thing he tweeted was, "Thank you all to my amazing fans. You make it worth it." And he has like a little like a sunglasses emoji, and under those sunglasses, I just imagine that emoji crying.
Well, creators doing
He's a con
well.
man.
Creators are doing well when like they're posting Bible verses
Oh.
that are like self-protection stuff, like words or weapons or something, and you can't harm me. I don't know. I don't read his feed, but like I remember like popping in for a second because I kind of like tweeted about him a couple of times, and I'm like, is he gonna block me? That'd be awesome.
Oh. He hasn't blocked me, thankfully.
Yeah, because like some of the stuff kept going like not viral, but you know, like 100 retweets or something. I'm like, ugh. Sometimes I forget, like I don't realize the range some of my stuff will post. You know.
Yeah. So you're gonna have him on the next episode, right?
I don't think that's happening.
He used to subscribe.
Yeah, he used to subscribe to me, but I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe I dissed on something that I shouldn't have.
No. Explain the actual story. He subscribed to you. You made a video. Either we mentioned him on the podcast, or you made a video shit talking him, and then like the next time you checked, he was gone. He unsubscribed.
Maybe it was the Phantom Planet video.
Probably. That sounds about right.
He doesn't. BUTCH Hartman will collab with any YouTuber just as long as you don't talk about cartoons.
Yeah, he just gets on a bunch of like Minecraft Let's Players who don't know anything about the things he's done.
Yeah.
Oh,
it might have been Dougal.
You
talked about Dougal.
Yeah, could be.
The magic
I have
roundabout,
the shot
you
of
mean?
bringing him on.
Oh boy, yeah, because I years ago, like I had an email of like his assistant saying, "Hey, you want to collab with Butch?" And I said, "Sure," and I never got an email back.
Wah, wah.
Honestly, I think Butch is like a really good example of like why the creator being glorified over everyone else that works on the team is such a problematic thing. Because like, you know, a lot of people associate the shows he made with exclusively him, but there's so many people that worked on them that like make the show work, like board artists and like character designers.
Yeah.
And like
It's kind of like how people on like film Twitter talk about the director as the only guy behind a movie.
Yeah. And like it's very clear with Butch that like his team is what made those shows, Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. I didn't watch or care to watch the other two that he did.
Yeah, I recall some story where where they wrapped up on a season of a show and Butch didn't thank his team. He just basically thanked God and had everyone pray in a group session.
Butch's ego is so inflated, it's comparable to the Hindenburg.
Oh, yeah.
I called him a bigot on Twitter.
Whoa.
Like you know, just I found an old drawing of me looking sad as like Danny Phantom art style. And so I posted it was just like, when you find out your, you know, childhood favorite is a bigot. And like I think everyone just assumed that I'm exclusively against like transphobia, which he's done a lot of stuff, particularly the autism stuff is pretty bad. But like people just assumed it was the transphobic stuff or like the allegations, and which I didn't even know any. And so like I found out that he apparently helped a trans woman get engaged with her wife. And that's kind of cute. Like, you know, it's like, yeah, but like everyone was like ready and locked and loaded to like defend him. Like, oh, he uses correct pronouns for one of the voice actors. Cool. That's the bare minimum. Like, you're not going to like mistreat a trans person in public on recording.
Yeah.
People always try to be subtle about their hatred.
Should I title this episode "Butch Enters the Hazbin Hotel"?
Do it.
Yeah. I'm just imagining like him actually doing a video on it, like he's gonna like swallow his pride and just say, "Oh yeah, Hazbin Hotel, super funny, you know, not for kids. So if you're a kid, don't watch that show." Yeah, so fun.
Also, I'm on this website he made for a conference he does, and it's just mainly there's an about page and it's just him bragging about everything he's done, and then there's his like a synopsis of what his wife has done, and it's just like 5% the size of his.
Oh man.
You get a sentence.
Oh my god! I just remembered I was watching like Pie Guy Rules' stream. Like he was streaming Butch's stream about this, like not even talking about Kuro, but just like vague talking about Kuro and any controversy. Basically saying, "Hey, leave us alone. We've done nothing wrong or whatever."
Wait, Butch is streaming?
Well, on Facebook.
Oh
Yeah, like him and his wife are just talking about stuff, and there was this one part where his wife said, "We are not going to let hang on. We are not going to have this lying down. We're not going to take this lying down. How would you feel if like your child was being raped? Well, you wouldn't take that either, wouldn't you?" And it's like, what the fuck, lady?
Jeez.
What the
Wow.
fuck? Like she mentioned that twice, like using that comparison is like maybe compare it to something else, please.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh,
Yeah.
So
Oh.
wait, Pan, earlier you said that you were in like contact with like his assistant or something. Did they come to you?
Yeah, it came to me years ago, like 2016 or so,
Wow.
whenever he started that YouTube channel. Yeah.
I feel for you though, like, you know, getting like just lost in back and forth emails trying to pull off something like that.
Yeah.
I had Yuri Lowenthal, and I had to like consult the PR department of Sony because like I make videos related to Spider-Man, and they're like really weirdly protective of that brand. So like
Damn,
I had to like it wasn't even a Spider-Man related video. And I had to like get their permission. And what ended up happening is that they would like tell me to wait 2 weeks after I sent them like, you know, what the like questions I was going to ask him and like the script for the little bit we were going to do. And then like the person who was like checking the emails was on like maternity leave, and then they forwarded me to someone else, and then that person was going on vacation, and then I just got tired of it, and then we just did the video anyway.
Damn. God, yeah, the
Yuri
voice of
seems cool.
the PS4
Oh,
Spider-Man.
he's awesome. He's a really genuine, nice guy. I love talking to him, and I would like to have him in a video again soon. I just don't have an idea for it, and he's like busy.
Which
He's always
video was
been
this?
10 to me.
Oh, it's a video where I review the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk game. And
oh boy.
I was just talking about how wooden the voice acting was, and I was like, you know, why don't we talk to a good voice actor for a second? And just like did like a little back and forth with him where I asked him to say lines as different characters that I like, and I the joke that I wrote was that he legally couldn't. So I was like, can you say this is Sasuke? No. Can you say this is Ben 10? No. Can you say this is what was it? Can you say this is what was it? It was like this straight to DVD animated movie he did in 2008 that no one's ever heard of. Like
shit,
like
I want to know what that is.
Something the biggest little hero. And I mentioned that, and he goes, that character's too famous for this show.
Axel, the biggest little hero, 2013.
Axel, the biggest little hero. Yeah. I threw that in there because I just knew like no one is gonna know what that is.
What the hell?
Unless they go look it up.
Sparks would cover. What the hell is this? It's like this fish boy and a turtle. I don't know what I'm looking at. Damn. But hang on. God, what is this? Hang on. Look at this thing. Copy image.
I looked for the most random weird reference that I could pull that like was just something he was in.
What are these things? Robots?
This is abhorrent.
One of those is Yuri Lowenthal.
They're like friggin' those boom blocks, if anyone remembers that game.
Is that a FNAF animatronic endoskeleton?
Photos taken moments before disaster.
Holy fuck, hang on. Universal Force Seer Squad. Hang on. What the fuck is this?
Okay, what is this?
What is he's got a fucking knife.
Wait, knife? Oh.
The green one.
He's got two.
What?
What are these
He
creatures?
looks so angry.
These hellish monsters, these sleep paralysis.
Where did you find this one?
I'm just on Google looking up Axel, and I find other shitty straight-to-video movies.
Hey,
going too fast. I'm trying to put stuff on the screen.
Yeah, don't worry, us people. We'll include these terrible images on here too. Yeah,
just
so
shove them all into one podcast image.
Yeah, just shove them all in.
Just since half the cast is not here anyway, just remove. Don't draw anyone. Just put these.
We can all be represented as these fuckers.
Yeah, like take our silhouettes and just put one of these images in the silhouette.
Yeah. Good enough.
Can I be the one with the knives?
Yes, I'll have it. Throwing this up here. There we go.
Yeah.
Enjoy Twitch, people.
Yeah. Look at him with the knife, people. It's so good.
I just noticed, like, I was like too busy trying to get it on screen to like actually pay attention to it. It's got 2 knives. He's dual wielding.
Yeah. He's
It's a
fucking
Halo 2
Dual
shit.
wield.
Yeah. Oh man, in high school I had a friend who would call like the energy sword the never mind, it's terrible. I don't know. Point
No,
is
you
he
can't
would-
start and not finish.
He would fucking like I would get mad at him, so I'm not an alias to the crime.
Wait.
but
Are you
he
saying that an offensive joke makes you mad?
No, I'm saying like he would call it this thing, and I was like, what the fuck? You should not fucking say that. You know?
I'm legitimately interested in finding out what it is because
The-
you don't have much of a filter.
He calls it the N-word knife.
Ew.
It's like, what the fuck?
Well,
a
that's not
missionary
creative
now.
at all.
Yeah, you gotta get some more like creative racial slurs, you know. But he became a missionary, I believe, in like the Philippines, or I don't know where he is. But he took my copy of Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh man,
I've been
I
to the
hate
Philippines.
people do that. I had a copy of Donkey Kong Country 2 on the Super Nintendo. I let someone borrow it and they moved.
Damn. Well, at least you can
Pierre,
emulate that.
I'll hunt you down and gut you like a fish.
Yeah.
Just a quick little message to Josh. I would really like Uncharted the Nathan Drake collection back at some point in the near future. If you have it still.
Oh man.
I don't know if he'll listen to this.
Yeah. Gotta get my games back.
Are we doing shout outs now?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me just get a list of like.
Well, it's like
all
a
of my
passive
friends,
aggressive
just say it
shout out.
down.
Yeah, it has to be like
Please.
mean.
Shout outs to Apple Chew. You owe me $5.
Apple Chew.
Yeah, he drew the thing of you
What thing of me?
as a girl.
Are you a cute
It-
girl?
It was
It's
Rule
important.
34.
Oh no!
You liked
I
it.
am.
I gotta look it up. But anyway, you guys want to get into the questions?
Yeah,
No,
let's wrap
I
this
don't.
up. Oh well,
Sure.
alright,
kidding.
him.
Questions. If anybody has a question, be sure to leave them in the YouTube comments of this video, and we'll look at the stream for questions. So yeah, y'all can pick a question from the stream. Yeah.
You have to wait 30 seconds.
Let's see. Oh, here's a question. Dominique Wilson. Question: do you think Cartoon Network should bring back the CN City bumpers? Yes, but I don't think it's realistic. Like, I don't think like TV bumpers are a dead art now that streaming's taken over.
Especially expensive, like experimental ones
Yeah.
like that. Like, yeah, no.
It
It'd be
would be
so
amazing
cool.
and impossible.
But that was like a once in a lifetime thing. Like, it may never make a return.
That sucks. Let's all take a moment and
They were-
give some silence.
Woo woo. A sad
In the
woo.
arms
I said
of
silence.
an angel. Listen, there
shit
has
was
to
like-
be music in the bit.
That shit was expensive. Bleepy bleep bleep boys says question Pan, how do you feel about Cyrex and Sector being leaked for MK11?
I didn't even know about that.
Where? I need fucking source. Well, I mean, look, their
Well, I
models
mean-
are in the story mode, but eventually they'd be playable. So it's like, we'll get a classic skin.
I would be really shocked if these characters that's been in the majority of the games would not be in the most recent. It seems kind of
Sure.
dumb.
Shut the fuck up.
What? I'm just saying. I'm agreeing with you.
Yes. True. Yes. Yeah. I'm still waiting for when's Army of Darkness Ash gonna have his trailer out, because we all know it's
Oh, is he
happening.
in it? That's
They-
cool.
That was like one of the leaks when the game first came out. Like somebody,
Okay.
whoever
And then-
handled the Switch port fucked it up and just made all the guest characters revealed in text. Yeah.
And then didn't Bruce Campbell even like retweeted one of the like trailers for the game and said, "Hey, this looks pretty cool. I better check this out." And then
Yeah.
nothing since then. And then I think he even tweeted like, "Hey, I'm not in the game. Shush."
No, he said Ash from Evil Dead was not in the game, but there was some other leak where some legal info showed up, and it says characters from Army of Darkness, owned by Universal or whatever, because Army of Darkness and Evil Dead are from 2 different studios. So he's still gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
in
that's
the
why that's why the show Ash vs. Evil Dead couldn't reference things that happened in Army of Darkness directly.
Yeah.
So they had to just kind of dance around it.
Yeah.
Can we
it's bugged.
can we give a moment of silence for that Dead show? Because it was good.
Oh man. Yeah, I watched a few episodes. It was fun.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a spinoff of the Evil
Chainsaw.
Dead.
You watch Billy and Mandy? You know House
Yeah.
Delgado? He's like partially inspired by Evil Dead 2.
I see.
It's about a cool, wisecracking, badass hero with a chainsaw for a hand that fights demons.
Mm-hmm.
But it's silly looking.
Yeah.
First time unintentionally, second time on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, look, if if anyone feels bad about their own projects, like it's okay to remake your own projects, because the director Sam Raimi remade Evil Dead twice. Well,
Yeah.
and also funded another remake.
But when you remake it, call it 2.
Yeah.
The second movie's just basically shot like a beat for beat remake of the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
there's little details that are different. What I like about it is that the TV show Ash tries to remember which one was the thing that happened, and he gets it wrong. He's like, I found the book in the basement, or wait, no, I found it in the other room. Wait, was that guy with me? And like he's like referencing both movies and how he can't remember which event happened. So he's just like, whatever, and then just never talks about it again.
It's like 2 dimensions rolled into one. It's like a Mandela effect.
I imagine it's just some spooky ghost stuff where he was just like forced to relive that day like 3 times, and that's why his girlfriend was played by 3 different actresses every time you see her.
It's all making sense now. Yeah, but you all want to pick a different question?
Yeah, let me open that real fast. Sorry, I didn't want to have 2 versions of everyone's voices coming out, so I didn't open it.
You could just mute it. But a lot of people keep asking about Ninja Turtles, but I feel like you're making a video about it, so you don't really want to spoil your thoughts on it. And we kind of touched upon it already.
People have questions for you guys, but not for me. Sad face.
We tend to, if they ask specifically somebody, we usually put it towards the guest instead. So no worries.
So
just replace your name.
Because one of them is actually, because there is a question like directly from me. So should I like pick that one?
Go.
Yeah.
Someone asks, Xavier, what is the weirdest collectible you own? I don't know. I don't really collect like weird stuff. I just like, I don't know. I have like just a lot of random knickknacks that I've gotten at like different comic cons and comic book stores and stuff. I like to collect helmets from like fictional characters. Like I have an Ant-Man helmet and an Isaac Clarke helmet and Smoke from Mortal Kombat.
That's cool.
And so that's like just a little thing I do is like I'll if I ever just have money to blow on a big expensive replica helmet of something, I'll get it. And right now I would if when I get money again, I would like to have like the Doomslayer helmet or something. And I'm gonna build like a display shelf of just like mannequin heads.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know if that's really like a weird thing. It's just nerdy.
Are you not gonna tell them about the Spider-Man body pillow?
Uh-oh.
Was that someone in the chat?
No, I
was
think it was just a
making
joke at the fact that you're really into Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Well, because I feel like that's something that one of my fans would say. I don't actually have one of those, but I've been accused.
Uh-oh.
There's an unmasked version on the back, if you catch my drift.
What about you, Cheick? Yeah, I was like, what's the weirdest stuff you guys own? Let's open the question to
The
everybody.
weirdest thing I own. I don't know. I bought like these little Ben 10 figures from Wish, and they're neat and they're tiny.
Those are like blind bags. I want like, if I'm gonna buy a figure of anything, I want it to be massive, you know.
I only buy tiny figures. Like
I
if
want
I
like
buy a
that-
big figure, I'm scared I'm gonna break it.
I think me and Izzy would both want that $300 Bowser figure.
Oh, I want
they
it.
were
It's
making.
more than 300. I think it's like 500 or just
God.
700 or something.
Yeah.
Like, hey, anybody that listens to our podcast that's like in sugar daddy category of money and you want to like make a trans girl really happy, here's open door. I want that so badly.
I just want someone to make like Five Nights at Freddy figures.
They already have those.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
my
not like
sister
good
has
ones.
all of them.
I want like
Well, yeah, because they were
vinyl
like cheap
figures.
and fall apart.
Oh.
What were you saying, Cheick?
I
Cheick.
I want like vinyl figures, like how they do like first figures.
Like blind boxes?
No, because they do blind boxes already, and they all got weird heads.
So the weirdest thing that I have coming to me is they did a Godzilla and Ultraman, Mario and Bowser.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
And I bought the
that.
Bowser for my collection because I have a shrine dedicated to Bowser where I have like 40 pieces of Bowser merch, just like in a glass case. If it's not that, I think the weirdest thing I own is either the big guy and Rusty figure that I own. That's huge. Like it's the tallest figure I have.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's the Mario and Luigi Transformers that I own.
Oh, I just remembered actually what might be the weirdest thing I own. So like when I went to Spain and there was this clothes shop and they had these like two shirts. They had like a bunch of like sort of like Yeti style shirts. It was like really surprising for me at the time because this was like 2013 or something.
Were they basically just like fur suits, but as a shirt? Just
No,
complete
what?
fuzz?
What?
I don't know. When you say Yeti, I'm imagining just like
No, Yeti,
jacket.
like the t-shirt people.
Oh, I don't.
And I bought like
microphone.
Yeah, we don't have that brand here. I don't think.
No,
the Blue
it's,
Yeti. Wait, the Yeti.
no,
the
Yeti. Like
yeah,
the
that's
t-shirt.
a really common
I'm
brand.
not hip with the clothing. I don't know these things.
They make
Clothing brand that
nerd
does a lot of
stuff.
like video game YouTuber stuff, like the Completionist and Oni Plays and Hazbin Hotel.
I don't know that stuff at all.
Oh,
I've been
dear
wearing the
God.
same clothes since like 5th grade because I just like grew into them.
I know those brands, but I don't know what the Yeti thing is.
The Yeti is a merch company. They sell cool stuff. Like I got off of there. I got a donkey that looks like the fat Yoshi. Like it's actual vinyl toy. It's super cool.
Nice.
So yeah, they had like shirts like those, and I bought a T-shirt of Homer Simpson doing a Hadouken, but it's a donut.
Hell
And
yeah.
I bought a parody of like the original Incredible Hulk comic, where it's like Kid Goku and Uzuru instead of Hulk and Banner.
Yeah. I'm looking through this shop. They got some cool stuff. I see. Yeah.
Oh, you know what else? I own a couple of like pinup statues that are like one of a cat girl like drinking milk with her finger, and the other one's like a punk girl with her tits out. I forgot the artists' names because I'm really bad at remembering. I remember art styles and avatars. I don't remember user names like ever.
Wait.
Oh.
But like they had like some pinups they drew, and then they actually got like a Kickstarter to make actual figures of those things, and it's super cool.
This Yeti, this fucking site has Chacon the Forever Man for Sega Genesis stuff. What the fuck? Did this site also have like
this?
Did this site have what was it? Snowboard Kids, or was it some other site that had Snowboard Kids stuff? That was new.
I'm friends with the guy who like does a lot of management stuff with this.
Woo-woo.
I think his name's Helix. I might be wrong on that one, but no, he might be Shark Robot. I can't remember. It's one of the two.
Yeah. Dang, that's cool. But yeah, somewhere I know some place was selling Snowboard Kids merch too. But yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of curious how these sites are doing right now with COVID, because I know a lot of them like sold a lot of merch at like conventions, and that was like a big game maker, profit maker, whatever word.
Dang, yeah. How do conventions
And just
work?
international shipping is really slow right now. I was I like had this plushie thing like of a Ninja Turtles character made for a giveaway like 4 months ago, and it just got here last week just because
nice.
like the mail from Argentina was just completely shut down, and Like, shipping stuff internationally, I know already takes a little bit. Like whenever I send something to my fiance, it takes like a month. But like that one was like particularly driving me crazy because I couldn't release the video until it got here.
Yeah, everything's just kind of been zonked. I remember cons especially is a thing I'm sad to be missing out on. And like this year was like the first year I was able to go to MomoCon.
Rest in peace.
There's always next year, hopefully.
I don't.
America.
It really depends. It depends on if we actually get our shit together and like lock us up for like a month and like actually or a vaccine. But this thing's going to be around for like 2020 or 2020.
Yeah.
2022. 22. It's going to be around for like 2 or 3 years because we're not doing stuff.
If lockdown hadn't have happened, I would have been married by now.
Oh.
I would have saw my friend that lives in Atlanta. We would have had cuddles. It would have been great.
Aww.
Hey, there's always online conventions.
Yeah.
VidCon made an online convention,
participate in one of those.
It's just really, really weird. Like, I appreciate the effort they're taking, but it's just kind of like really, really weird because they have like a Discord server and it's all just full of a bunch of kids trying to like self-promote and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like leagues different from actually like being at VidCon, which was I actually went to the first time this year. Thankfully, we weren't shut down because of COVID.
There was Oh, you go first. Sorry.
I was gonna say conventions like MomoCon were really special to me in particular because like I got to meet the podcast family. Like I got to be around these people, and that was robbed from me this year. Which, by the way, Pan, I need to get your address so I can mail you the Long Gun Gulch picture.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I wanted to like meet up with all like my friends in the community, but it was just like,
It's not happening, fam.
So change the subject.
How's that vaccine coming along?
Yeah, to change the subject to something more fun. Someone kind of targeted me for a question, and I think it's fun for all of us. Ranger 644 suggested, after 27 years of the same formula, what do you think of the rumors of Power Rangers going animated instead of live action? Hasbro supposedly split ties with Toei, so that means no more Super Sentai footage.
That's weird.
The idea of an animated Power Rangers sounds good, but it also sounds blasphemous.
Yeah, like a part of the charm is like reusing this, like being this weird puzzle piece of like just taking the chimera of shows.
Yeah.
I haven't really cared about Power Rangers since I was like 8, so I don't really have an opinion.
I live with somebody that buys every like figure of that in Power Rangers or that in Transformers. My living room literally looks like a museum because it's just bookshelf to bookshelf figures. So like,
go
ahead.
Go on. Oh, it's one of those things that like I'm not into, but like every so often I kind of like see an aspect of it that really interests me.
Mm-hmm.
Like just like the vast number of like different iterations of Power Rangers.
Well, I know that Disney, when they acquired Power Rangers, they thought about doing an animated series, and that got pushed down pretty hard. I don't think they're going to go animated. I would kind of like to see that just to see what it's like. Like they could go back to Mighty Morphin designs and kind of like take what they've 30 years of like Power Rangers storylines and elements and kind of remix them into something stronger than it was before if they did it right. That'd be really cool, right? But the thing that I think they will probably do is keep doing it live action. Something that, again, I don't really watch it too much, so I'm kind of talking on my ass here, but my roommates talk to me a lot about it. And like the newest season's becoming less and less reliant on like the footage. Like it's more original content than ever before. And I think that might have been Hasbro like, oh, you know what? We're pretty confident. I think we could do American only one. And then it'll probably fail and they'll go back. But like I think they just got really confident and they can do like their own franchise basically they could make new designs, own 100% of it, and then make 100% of the profits.
Shit, yeah.
But again, I know that some of the long hardcore fans of Power Rangers is probably going to like not do well with that, but I think maybe new kids with that being their first season probably won't care.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm just imagining Rise of the TMNT styled art for a Power Rangers animation.
No, it needs to be Teen Titans Go. It needs to be a comedy.
Oh, everyone's got big heads and they're just twerking.
Yeah.
Power
perfect.
Rangers go go go.
Oh boy, yes.
No wait,
Oh,
Power Rangers
that's
go
great.
go.
This is like kind of unrelated. I don't know if you would actually be interested in it, but like in college, I did like a Bible for my own Power Ranger cartoon.
Ooh.
All I like it's
Oh, that's
dumb.
awesome.
It's dumb.
No.
It's basically I combined Power Rangers and Digimon together, where like each ranger would have like a crest, and it was pretty much the same thing as Digimon. Like, you know, the main character had like courage.
Yeah.
And I had this like seasonal plot where at the very end of the first season, the Green Ranger comes in and like forgot. Oh man, I know that I had him switch from dragon to like the power coins have like a dark side and a light side. So like the dragon and the tiger being kind of like this like yin yang thing that happens a lot was like a part of it. And I know that I was going to have like the Red Ranger lose courage, like it's so he can't morph, and that's why the Green Ranger becomes the leader, or White Ranger. But like I like the idea of them bonding with the Zords. Like they have to earn the Zords' trust by alive. Like like they're sentient. And so like, you know, the Red Ranger can't morph or control the dinosaur, the T-Rex without showing courage at first or something. Again, like I said, I just took the two Saban projects and put them together.
You gotta give them belly rubs and make sure they're toilet trained.
Oh,
yeah, like Tamagotchis.
Yeah,
these giant
they're like just giant robots.
Just take scrap metal shits all over the place.
Oh, come on, T-Rex. Not again. The toilet was right there.
They'd probably end up making a joke like the Transformers, where they had Bumblebee peeing on that guy.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Lindsay Ellis's favorite scene in a film. Yes. Classic.
Where Bumblebee pees on indie icon John Turturro.
Yeah.
Finally. That's what the public was asking for.
Any other questions?
Someone asks thoughts on Thundercats Raw. Good.
Yeah,
it's okay. I like the animation, but not the
animation is very nice.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we're like the target demographic for people asking for the widely popular hated shows, you know?
Ooh.
Like we're all pretty like, if it's animated, we'll give it a try.
What's a show you're just like, fuck this piece of goddamn shit? You know, what makes you feel that way? Name something that does.
I don't fixate on stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I try not to like. I mean, my mantra is like, if I know I'm gonna hate it, why would I waste time watching it? But like, I really am not a fan of that new Spider-Man cartoon. I got like 3 episodes into it and was like, I cannot watch any more of this. It's just like Sky High, but with Spider-Man. Everyone's at this like, or no, I don't even know if Sky High is apt. It's just like everyone at his school has superpowers. Everyone's a super genius. Every school bully turns into a supervillain, and it's just like the voice acting's really like iffy, and the animation's not appealing to look at. You know, it's just there's nothing really in there that I appreciate, and like I intended to not watch any more of it, but then I have this tier on Patreon where if someone donates $100, they can request a video, and someone asked me to review it, and now I'm like dreading it and putting it off because I don't want to watch it.
God.
Honestly, when it comes to like hating things, I don't think I actually hate anything. It's kind of difficult. Like I can like think something isn't really my thing, but like unless it's like egregiously bad, I don't think I don't really have like that kind of space in myself, really.
Do you think it might be a maturity thing? Or is it a hype thing?
Maybe it's like a maturity thing. I don't know. I don't like to say nice things about myself. But
how dare you, lovely human?
I've only talked to you for like an hour and a half, and you seem great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, people get on my case, like Red Buddies.
Mm-hmm.
they like
Oh yeah.
yeah, they like forced me to say 2 nice things about myself every time I insult myself.
Oh.
Oh, that's cute. The mommy doming you.
Do not say that. Stop. Never say that again.
Yeah, I won't.
Nolan does the same thing.
Oh, he's daddy doming you.
Okay, Izzy, please.
Doesn't work the same. It's a weird vibe.
No, I am a victim of the spider web, though.
Oh.
Oh no.
I
What was
forgot
I
about
saying?
that part of him.
Yeah, but I remember I've made like 3 videos in terms of like talking about things people hate. Like I spoke about Thundercats Raw twice. First when it was announced, and second after it like came out. And then I also did a video about like how these sort of outrages against cartoons sometimes are like really dumb. Like I remember this was back when like She-Ra and High Guardian Spice were first being announced. And like both of the Thundercats videos, because they're like mildly positive or hopeful, it's like, oh, they've got like the most dislikes I've ever had on videos, like 60% ratios.
Dang.
Ooh.
I don't even say like anything like super nice. I'm just like, this might be okay, or this is it's not really my thing, and it's just like bleh.
I think it's fun. I think it's a spectacle to like really hate on, because we already know that YouTube, if you do a hate video, it always performs better, right? Like people
Yeah.
get into it. It's like that trash TV stuff, you know? Like that's why Keemstar is popular, because he
Yeah,
shits on people.
On my channel, I kind of want to do the opposite of that. Like, I don't know, I always want to like try and help people see the value in certain things, and I always want to speak positively of things, but in like not in a way that's just like, oh, good, and not really paying attention, but like analyzing sorts of things that they wanted to like try and attempt and such.
Mm-hmm. You're cool.
Like,
I was
oh,
subscribed. I need
thank
to
you.
watch more of your content, because like I said, I've only really watched the Hazbin video because it popped up my feed. But like, I don't know, that's a good take. It's nice.
Thank
Like
you.
between like you and Pan, who does like videos on just stuff that interests him most of the time.
Hmm.
It's nice. That's good, warm content that I think more people should, get into.
Yeah, I kind of have like there's also sometimes where I just feel like I'm just like going a bit like too far when I'm trying to speak out on something that I feel isn't like right. Usually it's like animation focus. Like I've been talking about this with a lot of people, but I have a Steven Universe video in the works, and it's kind of like a deconstruction of all like the bad faith criticism and what people are trying to do with it. Because like there's people like ER and Easy Peasy, and put simply, it's kind of like they're trying to like shove like little bits of propaganda in their videos, and it's really bad. I just wanted to like clear all of that up and talk about why the show works so well.
Well, did you know Rebecca Sugar, a Jewish woman, is a Nazi?
Say what?
I saw it in a video about how Steven Universe is garbage and why.
Oh.
Even I didn't want to touch the Lily video because
It's
like
so bad.
but also for a reason. It's like because Lily's video is like different from those two, where Lily is just wrong, but those two are like trying to be malicious and such.
Oh yeah, that
And that's what
intent's
like
a big part.
yeah,
you know?
and I kind of want to break that down and also help people see stuff about that. And at the same time, I also want to. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like make something separate with this. I think I might also put in the Steven Universe video. I want to talk about Luke Weber.
Yeah.
You guys know who that is?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not really familiar.
He's a stinky man who used to work on Steven Universe, and because he works in animation, he takes advantage of that and lies to lots of people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I wasn't really familiar with them. I'm pretty sure Rebecca Sugar's Jewish. I might be wrong.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I remember seeing that. Someone questioned it. I was like, oh god, was I wrong? Fuck, I don't want to throw out stuff.
Yeah.
I-
is that all
Like
for
90% of the time on this podcast, I'll say something and then I'll get on my phone to like double check it.
Oh.
I have a responsibility.
People
if I'm
saying
not
ER.
confident enough in something being right, I just won't say it. I just get too scared. I don't want to get yelled at or called out in the chat.
Oh no. It don't
I don't-
matter.
I don't mind making mistakes as long as you own up or mention it later, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
It-
it's
well-
always like the moment I've realized a mistake, I do everything I can to just try and like educate people on the fact that I've made the mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tend to call myself out a lot if I do make mistakes, and I try to make sure I've got everything completely understood before I say anything.
Yeah, that's fair. But sometimes in
I
the
had a-
podcast setting, I kind of like when, especially since there's usually like 4+ people on the podcast, when I get a chance to say something or I think of it, I usually just kind of say it because, you know, the next time I might be able to talk might be like an hour later.
Mm,
That was an over exaggeration, like 10 minutes or something.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that all for questions or what?
I feel
Uh,
satisfied. Do you guys?
No, we must
I feel
go
good.
on forever and ever.
It's a nice, chill,
100
laid back
A
podcast.
1,000 episodes, pizza party,
We just vibing.
9 seasons.
Yeah. I guess this is the end. So I'm Pan Pizza. Who are y'all?
I'm Izzy. Gas, your
I'm
turn.
Yeah.
You
say
first.
go on.
Yeah, go on,
Me?
do it. Gosh,
Yeah.
what's your name?
No, you go first.
Let's go.
Do it at the same time, like the book and the
Yeah,
podcast.
alright.
I'm Cheick. I make
I'm
crusty
Xavier, and I make
content.
GodzillaMendoza videos.
don't make-
I do comic book
I'm
things, and
stupid.
I'm having a hard time talking
uh,
about things while someone else
I
is
don't
talking.
like anything.
And it's
I-
like
I-
listening to
I'm
yourself
really
when there's an echo
stinky.
where
It's
it's hard
just kind
to
of,
understand your own words
I
because
don't
you're
know what
also
I'm
trying to
talking
listen
about
at the same
anymore.
time, and I'm having a hard
Uh,
time absorbing the information. And Cheick says
support
he
the
doesn't know what he's
animation
talking about at all,
industry,
but I was able to hear that.
trans
So,
rights.
I mean, really, I'm doing a
uh,
pretty good job at the. He said trans rights too, and I heard that, and I agree with that. And so
so-
I'm
Hell
listening
yeah.
and
Play-
talking at the
play
same
Chippy
time.
Robo.
So I'm doing a pretty good job right now of listening and talking at the same time. I learned this in
And-
high school, basically.
I'm really bad at
Tube songs
talking.
from Hot Topic during Emily the Strange by one get 150% off sale, where she discovered serrated roads from. I survived.
Well, actually, I was the kind of Newgrounds kid who would
No.
watch Sonic the Hedgehog sprite out
No, goodbye,
break
everyone.
down. Damn it!
Bye.
I stopped screaming.
Please
Okay.
subscribe.